G'day guys, welcome to episode 51 of Ask Jack D. Today I talk about a very important topic. I'm often talking to you guys about living by your own rules and knowing who you are so that you can live in alignment with your highest purpose and your highest vision. Today I go into the detail around how to write your own rule book so you can do exactly that. So the pilot came with me. I'm here doing God's work on a mission, had to listen and just episode 51. How are we, Rosie?
Fabulous.
Yeah. Love it when Rosie's fabulous. G'day guys, welcome to episode 51 of Ask Jack D. Fresh off episode 50, live from the Sydney Town Hall. If you haven't watched it, do that now. Gresho's going to give you 10 seconds of it.
My question to you is, being so young, did you ever struggle with the older generations not taking you seriously?
Yeah, those fuckers. That was a lot of fun, answering a question live to 1,000 entrepreneurs at Sydney Town Hall. Today we're back in our boardroom at our Entrepreneur Development Centre in Sydney. Good to be back, good to be past episode 50, now 51, getting momentum, getting about 10,000 hits a day across different channels for Ask Jack, which is looking good, isn't it, Rosie?
Yeah.
Today we're taking a question from PT Programs from Twitter, who asks, happiness, health, wealth, or other, hashtag Ask Jack D. PT Programs, this is a really good question. Happiness, health, or wealth, or other. For me, this comes down to personal values, which is a subject that I encourage everybody to look into more. In fact, I might write a blog about it soon because it's really important. I often talk to you guys about one percenters, right? How entrepreneurs, or being somebody with a dream, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, puts you in kind of like 1% of the population, right? And the scary thing about being a 1%er is that often we're surrounded by 99%ers who don't get it, and often their voice can become louder than ours, and it can drown out our dreams in a sense, right? So the number one thing that we need to do is write our own rule book, which means write our own rule book according to how do you need to live and who do you need to be and what do you need to be doing in order to be happy and fulfilled and progressing and feel good about yourself and contributing to the lives of other people, right? Writing your own rule book is just another way of saying deciding and determining what are your personal values. What are the values, the things that you need to experience and feel in life that ultimately make you happy, right? So when it comes to happiness, health, or wealth, firstly, take happiness out, right? Happiness isn't necessarily a value in my view. Happiness is a byproduct of living a life that aligns with your values. So to give you an example of my top 3 values, my number 1 value is spiritual connectedness, right? Being connected to myself and my higher self and the universe, if you like. I'm not a religious person, but I am a highly spiritual person. My number 2 value is love, right? Feeling love, giving love, being in loving relationships, whether it's with a partner or just everybody and anybody. I'm a love bug, as everybody knows. And so that's really important to me, right? So that's my number 2 value. My number 3 value is wisdom, which is the ongoing search for and communication of and distilling of wisdom. And then there's 4 others, right, which I can hardly ever remember, but they're important. So they're my top 3 values. So I know I've got descriptions for each of those values and how I need to live and who I need to be and the standards I need to hold for myself and what I need to say no to and what I need to say yes to and what I can tell the world to go get stuffed about because it doesn't align with who I really am. That's all determined by my personal values. So personal values is about knowing thyself, knowing what works for you, and therefore being really clear on your opinion about how you need to live, and it enables you to lesser the extent to which you listen to the opinion or the views of other people or buy into populist cultural paradigms that everybody else lives by without questioning them. You actually have a lens and a filter to put them through called your personal values, right? So happiness is about living in alignment with that. Secondly, health. Health should be, and I know I just gave my values and it wasn't, but health should be everybody's number 1 value. So for me, that is true as well. Like I've literally just come from the gym now. We were walking for an hour yesterday, Wizzles. The day before that, I was at the gym. The day before that, I was running, right? So every day I'm doing something around health. Health needs to be number 1 because the level of which you can live in alignment with and in accordance with all of your other values is determined by how much energy and vitality and sort of, mojo you have on any given day, right? So health needs to be at the top. Happiness is a byproduct of living in alignment. And the other thing you mentioned, PT Programs, is wealth, right? good value to have, right? And I had it for a number of years. I no longer have wealth in a financial sense as one of my values. I don't even have abundance anymore. But rather than having wealth, what I would encourage you to do is have abundance if, you know, both or either are important to you. And the reason I encourage that, and I'm going to assume you mean wealth in a financial sense, the pursuit of finance is empty at best and hollow at worst, particularly when achieved. I'll say it again. The pursuit of finance is empty at best, hollow at worst, particularly when achieved, right? And often lack breeds obsession. So when we're in the startup days, we can convince ourselves that we're all about the money and all of that sort of stuff. And you're not. You know, you didn't go into business to make money. You went into business to make money, but that was a means to an end, right? It was about something greater. It was about something more important to you, more important to people around you, more important to the world, whatever it might be. And as you start to make a bit of money, you'll sort of start to realign and reconnect with that higher purpose, right? So don't kid yourself to think that it's about financial wealth, because it's not. You need financial wealth, right? If you're a vision-driven company, the extent to which your vision will travel is determined by the financial resource within the business, by the profitability of it, by how good a talent we can attract from around the world. You need wealth. You need abundance. What I'm saying is it shouldn't be the primary motivator, and don't trick yourself into thinking it's the end game, because it's not, right? Hopefully that answers your question, PT Programs. What I want to ask you guys is this. What is the most number one important thing to you in order to be happy? Right? So this is your number one value. Is it contribution? Is it love? Is it growth? Is it significance? Is it connectedness? Is it certainty? Is it uncertainty? What is it for you? What is the most important thing? Think about it now if you don't already do. Think about what is the number one thing that when I feel connected to, and when I feel I'm experiencing, that's me in my element. Hashtag AskJackD. Keep asking questions, guys. I'm loving answering them. I'll speak to you tomorrow.